Hello. So I know that this video looks a little different today with all the stuff going on there, but the idea for this came about because I wanted to talk about what a visual thinker is and kind of explain what a visual thinker is and help people kind of understand that because I'm very much that visual thinker. And one of the things I'm going to talk about today is the fact that I think most of the time us visual thinkers, uh, are worried about being misunderstood. That's why we are always sharing pictures and stuff like that. So that's what today we're going to talk about. But first, I want to introduce myself. If you don't know me, my name is Michael Joseph. I am a lifelong artist of every kind of thing you can imagine, from drawing. I used to be a dancer. I put out multiple albums, production of music. I was a speaker for Disc Jockey News for years. Um, I am a full-time DJ. I make a full-time living at DJ and have for many decades. And I'm also an author. I wrote a book called The Creative Virus, which kind of talks about my creative journey, and also to encourage others that if you are bitten by the creative bug, don't ignore that, because that's something that's really important and it's something you need to embrace. All right, so back to what a visual thinker is. Okay, so again, we see things move around us all the time. So if you've ever seen the movie Iron Man and Tony Stark, and when he's down in his garage and he has Jarvis having these pictures in front of him and he's moving stuff around, that's the way we are when we think. And it's kind of hard to turn that off. When we talk to people, like when I'm talking to you right now, I'm picturing all these things I'm talking about. They're all part of it. So as we're talking to you, one of the things that happens a lot, and if I've ever done this to you, I apologize if it's annoying, but we'll pull out our phones to show you pictures of things so you understand them, whether it's something we're working on or something like that. We're not doing it to show off. And that's one of the things you have to understand, that I've been accused of that before. People, like, oh, you're just showing off your stuff. No, it's how I think. It's how I communicate. And again, as a visual thinker, a lot of times we think that we are misunderstood, or we want to make sure you understand us because we don't like to be misunderstood in the things we're saying. Thus the ability to, just make videos like this with all this stuff here. But that's the whole idea, is that it is something that we do and it's kind of hard to turn it off. Second part of the visual thinker thing, at least for me, is that I do a lot of videos with AI. I have my own AI clone and all kinds of stuff like that. And you might be asking, well, how is that a visual thinker if you're having the AI think for you? The thing is that the AI is just another tool for me. It's another voice. It's another way to communicate in things that I don't think I can communicate without the AI stuff, the AI clone of me and doing things. And it's all part of being this visual thinker. Now, for those of you who are visual thinkers, I want to encourage you, don't be so hard on yourself if you finish a conversation and number one, you're not sure if they understood you, or number two, you think you might have overshared. Don't be so hard on yourself. You do have to realize at times that, not everybody needs or wants your full explanation and pictures. And like I said, the way I always pull out the phone and show pictures of stuff I'm working on. So don't be so hard on yourself if you do that. Try not to do that, or read the sense of if you think the other person wants that. So that's one of the things. So as a visual thinker, don't worry so much about if you're misunderstood. It's not as important as you think. And if you're not a visual thinker and you have visual thinkers in your life, or you run into one who does some of those things, I want to encourage you a couple things. One, have a little patience, because again, this is how we think, and it's not, again, we're not trying to show off. It's how we think. So have a little patience when you're talking to us, but also be very honest. If we're telling you something that you're not necessarily interested in, or something that you already know, or you don't need that much information, don't hesitate to tell us, kindly, I don't need all of this. I think I get what you're talking about. That's perfectly okay, because we're not sharing. We're not doing these, showing you the pictures of these things because we want to, or we need to. We want to make sure we're understood. So if you either get it, don't need that much information, or just don't care, don't hesitate to tell us, because that saves us a whole lot of talking that we don't necessarily want to do always. And that just frees both of us up to have more time for something else. So again, if you have that person in your life, be patient, but also just talk to us, tell us like, hey, I get this, or I understand, or if you want to show us a picture, that's great too. So that's my whole concept on this visual thinker thing. And also the way I did this video and stuff, I think I want to do more like this because I feel very comfortable putting myself like down in the corner and being able to just make my thoughts bigger so that I'm able to explain things. So do me a favor in the comments below, if you like this style, let me know. If you're a visual thinker or you have a visual thinker in your life and you want to talk about that, let me know in the comments. If you like or don't like my AI videos, let me know in the comments. I am trying to build this thing over the next year. I really have some great ideas. I have another big project coming out in 2026 that I'm very excited about. And all of these things I'm trying to build over the year. And if you want to be a part of this journey, you can help out a couple different ways if you want. I have a tip jar, a digital tip jar out there. If you want to go to my website, it's there, or tipjar.immj.com. And there's a bunch of different ways you can do stuff there. I have merch that you can purchase. I have photographs that are on there that if you want to get prints of them, all of that kind of stuff can be put together. And it's what I'm trying to build over the next couple of years on top of doing more of these videos like this. So let me know, please, in the comments what you think of all this stuff. And next week, I'm going to be back with more like this, and I hope you enjoy it. So until then, take care and God bless. This video is sponsored by immj. For all my print-on-demand creations like t-shirts, mugs, posters, original photos, my book, The Creative Virus, or what gear I use, visit the shops on immj.com or my Amazon, eBay, or Etsy stores.